Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a good look at the Lego Marvel Avengers Magazine. Now what we're going to do as per normal is we're going to rip these off and open, get these built and take a good look at them at the very end. But before we do that, we'll then take a good look through the actual magazine itself, because some of the other magazines that I've picked up are either very comic based or some of them have really cool photos and posters in like this. Now I think this magazine is slightly older, so how I've stumbled across this one I don't know, because they are in their older style bag. So you might have to give this a Google of when this came out. But if you are interested, this is Lego Avengers issue number 8. It just says Lego Avengers 8 on there, and it just has the price tag of £5.99. So this is a completely different price point to the magazines, and it does not have the Australian dollars either. So if you do have this one in your region, let me know where you got it from and let me know how much it costs. But like I said, what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the magazine before we take a look at the minifigures. Right, let's get tucked in. 2 minifigures, £5.99, not too bad at all. But you can see with the Spider-Man, it supposedly comes with all of those. So when we open it up, we'll take a very good look at that towards the end. But it'll be very interesting to see how these compare to some of the other CMF minifigures that we've been recently having a look at. Now, 2 minifigures for £5.99 is not a bad price whatsoever, but what is this magazine like? So front left, you have just got a bit of advertisement, and then we come straight into the actual comic itself. So at the top just here, you can see it says Welcome Avengers. You've got 2 posters, and then you've got a duel against a Red Skull on page 22 down at the bottom. Then you've got building power, then you can write them if you want to, and then it does say what the content is on this one. As we're coming through, you've got the suit up with Iron Spider just on the left hand side just here, and then as we come through on that side, you then got the spider senses, and you've got all different bits and pieces as a game just up there, and then it actually tells you how to assemble the minifigure. So you can see its legs, arms, got gold hands on that one with a good looking torso, I think. Then you've got the black bit there, you pop the head on, and then you put the 4 arms and sort of bits and pieces on like you would do with the Venom, and then it comes through. It does actually have some other little bits and pieces, and you have also got instructions on the Lego website if you want to, with the item number that's on the back of your toy. So if you wanted to have a look online, that's what it says there with regards to the instructions. Moving on, you've then got a game on this side. You've got a maze, you've got your goals, you've got to be aware of all of the bits and pieces, so that's a pretty cool thing. And on the outside you have got Thor, Marvel, Hawkeye, and then you've got Vision, Iron Man and the Hulk just at the top left, and then you have got the Avengers Tower at the top. So that'll be very interesting to see if that is going to be similar to the new Avengers Tower that's going to be coming out. Then we have got Spotted, so small changes, big difference. You've got 3 different things up here. So you've got, what we got? We've got Ready to Take on a Dirty Floor, Ready for Winter, and then you've got his shorter hair with the scissors, and that also does have a nice torso print just on the inside, just on there. So I can actually just zoom in on that one ever so slightly for a second. So you can see just there you've got nice torso prints, and there's some other little bits and pieces, and then underneath that you have got the Spotted section with the minifigures just underneath, and that gives you all the different bits and pieces from A to P. Moving on to the next bit up at the top here, it says Heroic Wall, and then you have got A to R, and then you've got all the different bits and pieces where you've got to play a game just at the bottom. So again, keeps everybody entertained nicely. There's lots and lots of differences within all the magazines that we've been learning. So with the DC one, it's completely different to this, completely different to the Ninjago one, and obviously each edition is completely different as well. So this is all games so far on page number 9. Now let's just say Answers on page 34 just down here at the bottom, and then you have got a Wakanda thing just going on here, and obviously you've got 4 different routes that you can go, and then you've got MODOK just down at the bottom. So you've got all of the different characters in on this one. Right now the comic starts, you can see top left, that's where it goes. I'm not going to read you the comic, but maybe one day if that is something you guys and girls would like to see. But it does look really nice. The artwork looks pretty smart as well, so it is something that you could potentially just cut up and use on the wall. And then that is 2 pages on this one, and it carries on onto page number 3 up at the top. So again, you've got more bits and pieces of the Iron Spider, and you've got Iron Man just up at the top just there. And then we're coming through and over, you have then got some more bits and pieces, and you've got Cap, and then up at the top it says hello anybody home. Moving on, you've got the Hulk in tears for whatever reason. I will have to actually stop and read why. And then coming over, you then got Hawkeye, which is, you know, he's fallen over, which is never a fun thing. And then you've got all of the little bits and pieces going on just down at the bottom. So there's a good amount on there. So how many pages is that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages for that story. And then you have got bits and pieces with regards to the Avengers profile just up here. So you've got everything to do with Venom, and then you have got the symbiote up at the top, and then this is a cool looking thing. So if any of you did manage to pick up this set with these 2 in, there is a set available still online where you can get these 2 and a few other minifigures I should have picked this up when I had the chance because it was only sort of, is it $6.99 for 3 or 4 different minifigures? So you might be lucky and still be able to pick it up from some of the Legoland parks, but you would just have to keep your eyes peeled because I think it might have been discontinued by now. So moving on to what looks like a rather large poster. I think that might be the Wasp just on that side. Let's zoom out so we can actually see that a little bit better. And then on the inside, that is the poster that we were looking at before. So you've got the non-stop spider action. And then as you can see just up at the top on there, there is a lot going on with that one. It's a pretty cool poster actually, so you can have that one up on your wall if you wanted to. So that is what we saw right at the very start. That's smack centre in the middle of the book. Spin you around and actually take a proper look and see if you can name all of the characters. Starting with the top left, Lady Upside Down. Who is she? And then you've got the one with the wings, and then you've got that one, and then you've got her, and then you've got him, and him, and him. Got to be quick because I'm not going to be on there for too long. I recognise everybody so far. In fact, in all fairness, I'm not 100% sure who that one is. So that has thrown me a little bit. I don't know who that is, and I'm not too sure who she is either. So if you know who that one is, then absolutely splendid. Obviously we come down to Venom, then we got Spider Pig, and then we know who that one is, and that one. That is a cool looking minifigure as well. I don't know if they've made that one in minifigure form. So there's a couple that I don't recognise. That one I know who that one is because I've actually seen the animated show, the first film. I do believe that's supposed to be based on him. Could be completely wrong, but then at the same time, I don't think they've done that in a minifigure form. So that's a cool looking thing. Right, spin it around and moving on. So that is the back of the poster. So that is the giant tiny partners. You can see Ant-Man just there at the bottom. And then we have got what looks like to be Design a New Hulk. So you can then have a nice bit of colouring. So they do tend to put a lot of the colouring, different bits and pieces in all of their magazine. I do like that, so that you can have different visions of Hulk, and then you have got Vision at the top, and it says, show me your vision of the Hulk. Moving through, you then got another game. So they do keep spinning this round. So again, I'm going to have to pick you up because it's not going to fit on the camera that way. So it's got Catch the Red Skull, and then You'll Never Get Me, ha ha ha. And then as it comes through, round and down, you've got all these blueprints, and then you can just see what that's to do with. And you've got all sorts of different rooms, and you've got the start in the bottom left-hand corner. So if you're any good at these, then this is a perfect magazine for you. Right, next comic. It might be the one where it carries on. Starting in the top left, it carries on, and that's on page 24. You have got some rather nice minifigures, and they are maybe doing some Easter eggs. So we have got just here, I think Jay's Toy Collection UK might be happy with that because there is a lizard. So we have got already in minifigure form that one just there, that one just there, that one just there. The Hunter came out a while back, and I'm not too sure if that has come out in a minifigure form. That might have come out with the Spider-Man bridge. So if you know more than me, then obviously please do let me know. But be interesting to see if they're drawing it. Are they going to make it in a minifigure form? So obviously this was done a while back, and obviously it's probably telling a story of the actual lizard itself, which I think it is. So you can see up here, it's got more bits and pieces with regards to the lizard and the Iron Spider-Man. Would be nice one day if they actually did end up doing that. So we will see. And then over on that side, you have got the Hunted becomes the Hunted. And then you've got the other, or Hunter becomes a Hunted, shall I say. And then you've got Black Widow all going across the top. Got more bits and pieces with the Hulk crying for whatever reason. And then you have got some more little bits down at the bottom. Keep going through. Still go into the artwork on this is very, very clean and nice. So again, you can easily cut this up and use this for whatever you want because the pinks and the greens and things are coming out of this magazine very, very nicely. That's one thing that they do very well with regards to their games and things. They make it very, very bright. And then you've got all these nice reds up on here, so you can see if I just do this, that might be a little bit easier for you. So you can see you've got all of the nice bits and pieces going on that, but if I come back that way, you can see with the white behind it just how much that pops then with regards to everything on here. Moving on, I think we're getting close to the end of the magazine. So there's a little puzzle here. So it says Puzzle Memories Mission, and then do you cut out all of these bits and pieces on this side and all of these bits and pieces on this side to create the puzzle potentially. And then it says, can you spot all the wrong pieces? So there is a piece wrong somewhere. So I'll let you play spot the difference with regards to what is right and what's wrong. And then you've got something called symbol simulation. No idea. Good luck with that, but you have got some signs and bits and pieces that I do recognise the guys of Captain America on the outside, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, Thor and Black Panther, and it gives you a sequence of different bits and pieces, and you have got the sequence in the top right hand corner with the mission. But I think we are starting to run out of magazines, so what else do we have in here? So it did say what is coming soon. Now this did look pretty cool. So you got another Black Widow just on here. It says you've got one head and two faces. Where are we? Just over on this bit just there. And then you got given one of those things as well, which is a cool weapon stand. So this is where you can now get all your answers to some other different bits and pieces as well. And then on this side you've got what looks like to be a bio for Thor, Wasp, Doctor Strange and Thanos. Now because it's on the back page and it does look like you've got your scissor marks around the outside, you might be able to cut it off and play a bit of the game. So on the back, who is your favourite characters? You've got number 12, which is the Wasp, which is at the top. Then you've got Thor, and then you've got Thanos, and then you've got Doctor Strange. Right, magazine done. Time to rip these off. So can I get these off without destroying the front cover? We're 1 for 1, not too bad. Can we be 2? No, we can't. I was about to say, can we be 2 for 2? Absolutely not. The sellotape sometimes that they use is always far too strong. So Iron Man now has a eye missing, but it is what it is. So quick bit of look at the front here before I rip these open and I change the camera angle. So it does look like you've got a 1 for 1 scale on the back of this. And then maybe it does actually come with all of those, which is ridiculous if you think about it, because you don't even get some of these with the CMF with this many accessories on. What we'll do, we'll get the Spider-Man open first. It does say 6+ on the front in case I've mixed it. What do we have in here? So there is all sorts of different bits and pieces. The only thing about this table being so shiny is everything rolls off. Right, there's a lot going on that bag, and it does look like it might have a half decent print on it as well, which is always good. So let's plonk this together very, very quickly. It's not going to be that difficult to put together. Now he does have a little stand as well. So what do we do with these pieces? Now they normally get added on to other bits, so I'm not too sure if you're supposed to, with this, clip it on and then clip it on. You can extend it and do whatever it is that you want to do, so you can actually hold the effect if he wants to, and then he'll potentially go up on there. But I did actually think it was supposed to go in his foot, and then what they do is they plonk it in on that bit, and then you can actually use it as a stand and he gets put into a position. So that's more than likely how you're supposed to use it. I'm not actually looking at anything. Probably should have looked to figure out what you could do with that, but I guess you can, if you want to, have him stood up doing all sorts of different bits and pieces if necessary and required. But let's not carry on messing around at this. Let's have a much better look at the detail of this minifigure. Okay, time to take a proper look at the minifigure. Now, straight away I've noticed the print all on the back of his head. I think that is coming through cleanly enough. That does look quite impressive, actually. So you've got all this sort of grid pattern on the back. And then what else do we have on the side of the head? So we stick to the head to start with. There's nothing else there, but you do have the web effect on his face. So you've got some nice details with regards to that on the actual head prints. That's not too bad at all. Moving on into the torso, you've got some nice little bits and pieces going on there. So you can see you've got all the different lines. And then you've obviously got the spider itself. No leg print on this one, but again, what do you expect when it is actually part of a magazine? With regards to it being on the back, the print from the head does carry on all the way through and all the way down, and you have got some nice bits and pieces with regards to the cross going across the back, and then you've got this nice V where they've got the belt. But all in all, that is not a bad minifigure at all, and again, you can do whatever it is you want to do with that. You can have that held on, and you can do all sorts of bits and pieces. And if I could stand him up and get him posing about and walking around, I would do, but he is on a very slippy and shiny table. But I don't think that looks too bad whatsoever. Now, if I just move those out the way, and then we'll get the next one opened up, and I'll pour this one right beside it. Hopefully we'll be able to see straight away just the different piece count. So if I move that one and get this one in this location, we'll get this one down. Again, I've just got to do it carefully because I don't want it to roll about. Nope, where's his torso? There it is. Right, so if I actually paid any attention whatsoever to how to put this together, I think you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to do that. I think that bit goes there. I think his head goes on like so. And then I think what you're then supposed to do, you've got these 4 pieces with these little hooks. They then clip on like 1. They'll clip on as 2. There we go. 3 and 4, nice and simple. And then got some ink coming off the magazine, so that's why my fingers are now slowly starting to turn black, so don't worry. And then you have got, I'm assuming we should have 4 of these pieces. I see 3. Did anybody see one roll off the table? I didn't hear anything hit the floor, so with 3 out of 4. That's going to be a bit awkward for him to stand up now, but we will make this work. Where is the last piece? Always something that gets stuck in these things. Where is it? There it is. He's there, don't worry. That's him. Right, so 4 for 4, not too bad. No pieces missing. That is absolutely perfect. And then again with this one, that will obviously just go into the hand as so, and then you can have 1 or 2 in. So what we'll do, we'll just have the 1 in just from a weight point of view, but you get the idea of having both in. Right, starting at the front, in fact we'll get that out of the way. If I do this just so you can actually see what that looks like, just like so. There you go, nice and simple. And if I give him a quick spin round, you can see what he looks like on the back. So that is that. That's how that's supposed to look, and these things do actually move, so you can, you've got that out of the way, you get the hand down, you can move these around and do whatever it is you want to do. You can only bring them in and out, and again you can do the same thing around and round, so you can have them quite wide if you wanted to, so you can get some nice photos with it. Potentially you might be able to use it to prop himself up and stood on something, so you could potentially bend his legs back and you can hold him up like that, so obviously you can have him at the angle if you wanted to, but that allows us now to have a look at the print. So this on the front is ever so slightly different, as you can possibly see now. So as it's coming through on the front, you have got some interesting print on the bottom. So there's nothing on his legs at all, just like the actual Spider-Man, but the print, if I take that off so you can actually see where the print starts, you can see it is just the torso and it goes right down to the very, very bottom. Now in there you've got the really nice gold, and then you've got the nice sort of spider's leg effect in the middle. So I don't know if that's coming through, hopefully it is. You've got some nice effect on there, then you've obviously got all the gold around the outside, and then you've got the nice little bit with the mask as well. So again, looks nice and smart, I think. And then if we have a look at the back, we have got some bits and pieces on the back of this, just like we had with the other. So you can see just here you've got the nice golden shine just there, which I think looks really, really smart, and then you've got the print and everything going across the very, very bottom. Gold hands, no print on the arms, and then the face, you have got the golden eyes, and then it does wrap all the way around the back of the head, and you've got all the different lines and everything, just like you do with the other Spider-Man. So this is what they look like together. I think they work. I think they look nice and smart. They've got some nice torso print and everything on. Now, before we wrap the video up and I get a screen grab and all that kind of thing, what I'm going to do is get those out of the way, and we're going to go through all the different accessories. So you've got this effect, so you can do whatever you want with that one. And then you've got the smaller effect. Then you have got a secondary bigger one as well, so that's your 3. Then you've got sort of your half cone shape, so again you can obviously do them as an extender, or you can start putting the bits and pieces within it, so that can go in there, and then you can get the next one onto the other side like so, and you can start to make them bigger and bigger and bigger if you wanted to. So obviously you've got the opportunity to do quite a bit with these. Carrying on though, you've then got this thing just here, so which looks like a dumbbell, so you've got that effect. Then you've got some of these smaller bits and pieces, so you can do whatever you want. Again, you can manipulate the bits and pieces and they just go into the prongs. So if you wanted to, say for example, use this bit, that bit will go into that bit, which could then connect into another bit, and then you can just keep going and making them and doing whatever it is that you want to do, or you can grab onto it and so on and so forth. So you can get some, again, nice effects with that. Still going though, you got that one, so it does look like you have got 2 of each. That would be the more simplest thing for me to do, but you get 2 of every single one. So in the comments below, let us know what your favourite one is, and if you have managed to get a Spider-Man, did they all come with these effects as well? Because that is the full pile of effects plus the one that he's holding. But that is it. I am done. In the comments below, let me know if you're going to try and find this one, or if you do collect these magazines. Obviously, I've put all of this together as a final quick look through of all the little bits and pieces. I think price-wise, it was an absolute bargain, especially when it comes for the 2 minifigures. Let us know which minifigure you prefer, and obviously the different types of accessories and things that they come with. If you are going to try and backtrack this one, let me know how you get on. Now, there are a few other of these available in its own playlist, so I have now created a Lego Magazine playlist, and I will be doing a poll sooner rather than later if it is something you'd like to see more of. But guys, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.